This Yahoo was sent in by Harrison Ross. Thanks, Harrison. It's by Yahoo Answers user, a friendly cow, top contributor, who asks, why can't you just walk into a store and take something, then walk out? Like, who is going to stop you? Walmart stopped funding that greeters, so you could just walk in, take whatever, and walk out, as long as it doesn't have one of the things that make the alarms by the door go off.
That's actually an unspoken law. If no one sees you, then you're good. It's like, oh, you got us.
If you're saying shoplifting is legal, if you can cross the barrier and nobody sees you, the statute of limitations on that is until you get to your car. Yeah. And then once you're there, it's ollie ollie oxen free.
I mean, that's the question. If the question is why don't you do that, the answer is everybody does all the time.
Yeah.
You've just described the exact conditions through which everyone is stealing everything.
Everyone's doing it? I've never shoplifted anything in my life.
Can I tell you why everyone doesn't do that? Because it's not exactly like everybody who would shoplift from Walmart is a master thief. I worked in loss prevention at Best Buy, and like the ability to be like, oh, look at that person who's like hiding their eyes and looking around, and it's like, yeah, you're not exactly like Pink Panther in this shit.
But,
like it's that guy in the hoodie who won't make eye contact with anyone.
But like at Walmart, what's gonna like someone what I've never understood. You can just grab the thing and walk out the door, and even if somebody's like, hey, you can't do that, I work at Walmart, you have to pay for that. What's stopping you from just being like, no, and there's really not anything you can do to stop me, and then getting in your car and driving away?
I mean, you can't do that. Can't they detain you? Can't they chain you?
No, they can't. You know why? Because I'm a fucking adult, and they have no legal authority over me.
So wait, Griffin, are you implying that all of capitalism is just a smokescreen, and we only do it because we think we have to do it?
I'm saying that the societal norms are all entirely projected into our own minds by ourselves and our teachers. I'm saying if I go to Target right now, I can pick up a PlayStation 3 and walk out the door, and someone's like, hey, you can't take that, I work at Target. And I can say, you're not my dad, like later. And I can hop on my skateboard that I've been riding through Target the entire time because nobody can they can't touch me. That's for fucking
It's
sure.
like Target is like a haunted house rules. They can't touch you.
They can't touch you. They're not gonna. There's a security guard by the door. He's not a fucking ordained by the city. My taxes don't pay his salary. He's not gonna fucking shoot me later.
Yeah. If you ever want to have some fun,
his gun squirts mustard. Like there's no way he can't.
That's why he sits by the fucking food court. He is not a cop. Later, dog. Later.
If you ever want to have some fun, if you're at like a big box store, trust me, as someone who worked in loss prevention, they won't do shit until you try to leave with it, even if they watch you do it. So just make eye contact with someone in the electronics department and put something down your pants, and then just before you leave, pull it back out and put it on a shelf. Okay. And then just walk out and go, bye, everybody. And like,
can I give you an alternative theory? Just shove it down your pants and walk the fuck out of the store because they're not cops. I wouldn't shoplift from a cop store, a cop goods store staffed entirely by cops, because they're going to fucking enforce that shit.
Travis, what could you actually do to someone you thought was stealing?
Like what was my process?
Crack this open. Crack open how fucking impotent these dudes are.
It really is. Okay, listen, I don't want to put all security guards on blast because I feel like I'm betraying my brotherhood, but here's the thing, you guys. The amount of the amount of things that you have to prove before you can even have someone arrested.
Right.
Like, here's the thing. I could watch you, Griffin McElroy, do it, right?
Yeah.
Steal something.
And you know I'm fucking going to after this goddamn podcast.
And then if I lost eye contact, like if I lost visuals on you and you were just gone and then showed back up, I couldn't do shit. Because I couldn't prove. All you would have to say is like, no, I put it back.
Hey, that's not cool. I'm going to call real cops. All right, they'll be here in like 20 minutes. Later. My car is 20 feet away. Bye.
The point Griffin is making is not that it's not about whether or not they see you do it. What he's saying is they can watch you do it. Watch you walk out the door, and they cannot do anything.
They can't do fucking anything because they're not a cop or my dad. If my dad was working loss prevention, he's like, "No, son, don't." I'd be like, "All right, I'll put it back," and I put it back. But very rarely would that happen because my dad doesn't work retail.
That would be a sweet, like, some sort of a duel between. They bring on Clint because he's the only one that can stop Griffin. It'll be sort of a Thomas Crown Affair vibe.
I think
Griffin's
that's
like rappelling through the ceiling, and Dad like cuts the string.
Except
with
by rappelling
scissors.
through the stealing, you mean like just walking
Just
in the
walking
door
in,
and
taking
picking up a
shit.
handful of boxes of Mike and Ike's and walking out.
if you think I would go that small, I mean, I will go that small. I'll go small to big. I'm not paying for shit anymore. I don't want to.
I don't believe in shoplifting. It makes me so sad because I know who it affects. So what I do is I go in and I pick up the thing and then I leave like a clay pot I've made or some like shiny stones.
You like covert bartering, basically.
Yeah.
You like very
I know that
bartering.
they can't say yes to it because then everybody would do it. But I know that they appreciate those sand dollars.
It's like farting in yoga class. That is what I equate shoplifting to, is like farting in yoga class. Because you've done inventory at a major retail chain before. I have too. I imagine Justin has too, since he's worked about 28 retail jobs. It's like, typically 75-80%. And then the other shit gets just straight up cribbed. And if you become a cog in that machine, you're literally just a drop in the bucket. You're adding 0.0001 to the shoplifting rate at that point. Like, it doesn't
most
everybody.
of it-
Griff, I do want to drop. When I worked at Best Buy, I had like 10 fools arrested.
Yeah.
How, Travis? How?
Because I called the cops before they tried to leave.
But you
the
said
cops
they
are
won't do
waiting
anything
Hold on.
until they try to leave.
until they try to leave, and so then the people would walk out the door, and the cops would fucking come in.
Okay,
Did
Travis.
you profile
How on earth?
people?
Because I was fucking on point.
Right,
I was-
with your profiling?
No, because I want. Okay, so this is why there are greeters, because people come in and you say hi, and like your normal average person goes, "Oh, hi," and then people who are coming in
So
to
if they
steal
look at you,
shit.
they're like, can't talk. Gotta stay.
No, there are people that would come in and suddenly they'd be so surprised that a human being was like acknowledging them. They'd be like, "What?
Hi.
Busy.
In which
Gotta steal something.
in which aisle is your small and valuable things? About pocket sized, please.
Do you have that special belt that loosens your pants?
The thing is like all you have to do is watch people, and people, like I said, are not exactly master thieves. So they're like looking around all shady and like hiding stuff, and like when you see a 12-year-old kid checking out the refrigerator section, it's like,
Travis,
no, you're back there stealing stuff.
I'm going to give you one last chance at this before I just declare your entire former profession made up. You can't physically stop people as they're leaving the store, correct?
If someone went, all right, let's paint a hypothetical.
No. I can. I have to prove that they were bypassing the checkout.
You can't fucking touch them though. You can't grab them by the scruff. That's what I'm saying. If someone walked into the store and went,
hardly
let me
disagree.
finish my scenario. Someone walks in the store, goes full-blown supermarket sweep in 2.5 minutes, just like runs through the phone aisle like, wee, just like knocking shit into their giant pants, and then runs out. You can't do shit about that scenario.
I would tackle the shit out of them.
You can't. That's assault. That's assault, and you go to jail. I don't want that to happen to you, my brother.
I wouldn't do very well in prison.
I'm just saying
But
you
here's
wouldn't
the
be able
thing.
to. You would.
I would though.
The settlement would pay for all the shit that he was going to steal, and then you'd be back to square one.
But see, the problem is, Griffin.
You're not Batman.
I don't know why.
You're not
I don't
Batman.
know why we've
Batman
been
didn't
talking
work
about
at
this
Best
now
Buy. He
for
was
20
incredibly
minutes.
wealthy.
But the problem is the fiction that you're creating
Yes.
is not how people shoplift.
It's reality.
No, I've never seen anyone do that. I agree that would be a solid play.
The reason
But
people
for
don't-
some-
the reason people
but people
don't
are trying to
shoplift, like-
heist it. People are trying to Ocean's 11 it.
Right.
And like the first person I ever had arrested was hiding it in a baby carriage.
Yeah.
Like, just pick up the thing and walk out. I do agree with you.
That's
Some
what I'm
people
saying.
Just don't do it that way.
They're not yet. Not until this episode hits the fucking web.
God, Travis, I bet when you would catch someone stealing, like literally the second the cops are out of earshot, you would just like crank Katrina and the Waves and just dance around the store. Like
I actually, the first time I had someone arrested, I jumped up and down in celebration so hard I hurt my ankle.
Just like Batman does.